Have you ever been in a car accident, had a whiplash injury, or a sports injury where you've had neck pain, even burning pain down the arm or headaches, either at or after the event? Even experienced your child experiencing that too, to where you've had to deal with some of those injuries where they do go away probably pretty quickly within a couple of days or maybe even a week. But the problem is if there's an injury inside the spine, it can happen to where the next time they're hit or trauma or an injury, it actually be a worse condition. Okay, I'm Dr. Tony. We do in our office is diagnose those problems properly the first time so you recover very quickly and overall not have permanent injuries sometimes from initial trauma. Okay, we're going to talk about a story, and I'm going to show you an interview in a minute, how Josh recovered from his injuries from wrestling and also martial arts as a freshman at high school. Okay, now he's 100% taught. We'll go over why that occurred. But overall, when there's an injury, what happens is the neck can lock itself up, and over time, instead of being a bow where it can actually compress and decompress on its own, it can build up and load pressure, and release that pressure over time, especially with contact sports, it becomes very rigid and tight. Okay, when it becomes rigid and tight, the next injury actually makes it want to break or tear or cause neuropathy, even a disc problem in the neck. Okay, so listen to and watch, if you can, Josh tell his story along with his mom Melissa, how he had initial injury, and over time it never went away. We had neck pain from one too, and from neck pain causing headaches and dizziness too. Only 14 years old. Okay, so it's not something that happens when you're older. It happens with injuries and trauma and sports injuries too. So watch the interview real quick and see how that goes, and I'll see you after.
Okay, so we brought him in because he initially had a really bad concussion and vertigo, and he had a lot of pain and pressure in his neck and his back, and it wasn't getting any better.
When you first saw the x-rays, what did you see?
We saw that he had some major,
How'd the neck x-ray look?
it didn't look good.
Very straight, right?
Right.
Okay.
No curvage in there, and it was a little, it wasn't straight at all in the back.
And he was having some dizziness, some headache stuff too?
Yes.
And when he first came in, you had mentioned he had a tournament and something happened?
Yes, he had a tournament and he got a really bad concussion.
That was in February, so about probably 4 months before, 3 months before?
Yes.
And then from that concussion in February, what were your experience, Josh, between the concussions when you first came in?
From like a concussion between when I first came in?
Yep. Talk a little louder too, because this thing is just the fun.
For like the concussion, I always felt like a huge pain right here. I didn't really feel all there. I always felt tense. I always felt tired, to where I would just lean over like this all the time, which caused my back and neck to be more in pain. But with this, I've gotten much better. I feel there. I feel barely any tense or pain at all, and I feel much stronger. Just much stronger now because of all of it.
And realize the new x-rays also, now that your spine's loosened up, you can cause more muscle mass. So what have you done the last 3 or 4 weeks? Now we've seen your second set of x-rays to get that further improvement.
Just weight training on those back shoulders, and just to get that much stronger since it's much weaker now. And I have seen huge improvements just with the little stuff that you have showed me, because I've improved so much. I'm still growing stronger.
So why are we still seeing me now?
Still seeing me now because my spine is a little bit curved from scoliosis, but it has gotten much better, and it has helped me get much better because I'm sore from that.
Well, with competing against you, coming up again with both wrestling and martial arts, how do you think you will benefit from still seeing a chiropractor?
What benefits is that we will fix the problem if anything happens immediately, so it doesn't get worse. And another thing is you'll feel much better after the chiropractor because you're loose, you're not all tense and stuff, and it just helps fix the problem before it gets worse.
Perfect. That's exactly what people need to understand, is that with chiropractic, we can allow your body to get stronger, so before you have a contact sport or wrestling or martial arts, your chance of injury is a lot less. maybe even with car accidents too. People come in from car accidents, have had chiropractic care before the accident versus afterwards, and they're a lot better recovery from that also. Mom, anything to add, Mom?
Just, no, I mean, this has been great for him. He works out 6 days a week, and he's just been so tense, and now he's just so much better.
Better how? What do you mean by tense?
Just, always, can you rub my back? It hurts, it hurts, it hurts.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And, he's not doing that anymore. So it's
That's nice.
really taken a lot of pressure off.
And realize that if you still had the problems you had initially, you would probably stop working out, probably stop playing sports and doing martial arts. Then your whole life changes. And that even sometimes would cause more intensity and more other issues, which you're hoping to avoid.
Yep.
Okay, that's the biggest thing. And especially being a boy too, you need to get your energy out, and that keeps your body healthy. I hope you understood through the video and through the actual audio too, Josh and Melissa, the mom, telling her story, is those injuries sometimes become very subtle or are left untreated or undetected. Okay, so what happened with Josh is over a period of different competitions and events, it became worse and worse and worse, or it never really went away. But if we had caught him the first time, and now that we're going to see him, allow things to stay healthy, overall his body's not going to have these problems condition-wise and how he feels, but also internally too. So one thing is get your children checked, especially after a first or second injury where it's not getting better. Okay, with chiropractic, our goal is to recover those things via an x-ray, first diagnose and detect it, and re-x-ray to make sure we see the overall improvement so we don't miss anything. Okay, after someone feels better like Josh is, through chiropractic care, through stretching, and through training again, and strength training the proper way and better posture, now his body's stronger. With chiropractic adjustments made his neck more flexible, more like a bow versus a piece of a rod. We can actually bend and stretch more because he will get in full Nelsons again, being a wrestler. We'll get in different positions too where his neck will get stretched and stretched to where it'll be hard to recover from. But realize now he realizes, okay, before I have a problem, I can adjust it in his situation before I have a competition. If I have problems afterwards, getting there right away. Okay, so as a parent, realize you're the number one healthcare provider for their children in the sense where keep track of them. Even yourselves too. If you have an event coming up also, get checked before. If you have any problems, get checked afterwards too. So there's no long-term nerve injuries, disc injuries, and even causing problems with arthritis. All right? Any questions, give us a call. You can take the extras in our office for one too if you want them here or your local chiropractor. But connect with us too on our Facebook or Instagram, anywhere you want to do that, and read our comments and reviews. So realize you're in charge of your health. Realize, get checked before you have a second injury so you don't have any long-term problems, right? Any questions, give us a call. If not, we're helping you change your health from the inside out, and have a great day.